Salut tout le monde, it's your boy Adero, Lukael. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. This is episode 17. 2 episodes per week. This number keeps going up pretty quickly. So in the last episode, we kind of followed up on a bunch of loose threads that I had, tried a bunch of white checks that I could try again, and yeah, just completed like a few side tasks, a few side things, talked to Everard again, talked to Klasi again, met these two rebellious kids that were checking the car of Kim, and then at the very end we started exploring the coast, so we have like this whole new area of the map to explore. So I'm very excited about playing today because it's all going to be new stuff. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and without any further ado, let's jump right back in. So we had just come to the horrific realization that this car is my car, Harry's car, which it was really funny because I kind of came to the same realization that Harry did, because I came here, I saw a car, I was like, oh, there's a car in the ice. That's weird. And then I was like, oh no. I started thinking, how did Harry get here again? And like it dawned on me at the same way it dawned on Harry. But it was a really nice moment that we spent with Kim on the swings, I guess. Good night, sweet prince. I guess we'll just leave you here in the ice and the water, unfortunately. Also, about the damn jackets, my girlfriend told me that it's very difficult, but apparently there is a way for Kim to wear the piss jacket while Harry wears the fuck the world jacket. And when she told me that, I was like, oh my god, are you serious? And I wanted so bad to be able to do this. I almost wanted to just scrap the entire episode and like reload from a previous save so I could try and convince these two dudes to give me both their jackets. So me and Kim could wear the jackets, but of course I can't do that, right? I'm not gonna start a whole episode over again, but like I wish so bad that we could have done it. Because imagine these two guys, each in their respective leather jacket. That would have been amazing. But alas, something for our future playthrough, I guess. I had decades-old concrete defenses. Children play on them now. They shouldn't do that. Alright, so I was kind of just going around this area, and we did find like a... what do you call it? Bidonville in English. Just all these old shacks. These old abandoned shacks, and we saw a few people sitting next to like a bonfire. The underside of the boat has recently been tarred. We also got a box here. Got someone there, meeting some new people. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to go all the way around. And I got a shack here saying, allez-vous-en, meaning go away. A wedding stone, well-worn and covered in rust. There's a bunch of people here, wow. Tons of new characters. And somehow there's money laying around. Construction material, whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. Yeah, as shitty as things are next to the Whirling in Rags with all the destroyed buildings, still seems better than this area right here. Seems like these people really live in poverty here. So when they said Martinez was a shithole, it's becoming more and more apparent. Also, is there still something in there? Ooh. A locked container here. Doctors are idiots, buddy boy.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
He spreads his arms as if wanting to embrace you. Rosemary. Rosemary.
Does he actually know you? Or is he just shopkeep friendly?
A ceiling type, I presume. Good to see you too, friend. I'm a police officer, not your friend. What are you talking about? Now, do the people in these parts also hate the RCM? Probably, right? And let's not be too friendly because they might take it the wrong way, so what are you talking about?
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
Spirits? Blue medicinal spirit. 300 real. A pack of smokes. Some Pilsner. Some speed. Why does the bottle of spirits cost 300 real?
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
He brings out a 1-liter bottle with bluish liquid. The mouth is corked shut. Let him speak. No one can buy spirits for 300 real. That's crazy. I'll just have the spirits and not the story today, thank you. Let him speak.
You know, it's funny, actually.
He bursts out laughing, then takes 3 gulps of his pilsner and stares at you intently.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is?
What?
Keep him talking.
What do you mean what? What did you think was funny earlier?
This guy.
He says and shakes his index finger at you. Okay, so you're kind of losing the plot here. Where did you get the bottle of spirits from?
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office.
So you stole it.
I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink.
He spits a nasty yellow clot on the ground before you. What's with everyone in Martinez just spitting gross yellow shit?
Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
5 lemons with half a pack of butter? That sounds disgusting. That's a good tip. I should remember it.
It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
I mean, that's pretty cheap. To remove the damn thing? Remove what? Remove your kidney? Have they no shame taking money for a service they provide? Okay, how?
The idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies.
He gets an excited gleam in his eyes.
Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila. What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol.
So this is like liquid they used to preserve like dead shit in? And you're just selling that as a drink?
2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. I thought it was 300 real. Can I smell it first? I think it will prove useful, yes. No, not really. So we agree? 3 real, yes?
3 real and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime.
Well done. You got it.
Blue medicinal spirit. I mean, I don't plan on taking it, but I can buy it just to see if it does anything, sure.
Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
Okay. Spirit is it what? Spirit is eternal. The horrific necktie is getting ready for the end game. For the love of God, do not remove it till the magic happens. What? Buy the spirits from Rosemary? What does that have to do with the necktie? Do not remove it, but I want the little bow tie though. I don't want the necktie. That sounds like Iago from Aladdin. Friend, do we know each other?
Sure, friend. You know it.
Don't mind old Rosemary here. He's a buffoon. Let's have a word after your high-concept transactions. I'll give you the lowdown.
Damn, the portraits for these guys quite artsy. And again, I'm sure there's a correlation between how they look in the portrait, like how rough the paintbrush look of it is, and what their character is. I think it has to do with like their mental state. Amphetamine?
Aye, by amphetamine I mean speed.
I think you didn't hear me when I said I'm a police officer because I don't think I said that. I thought by speed you meant amphetamine.
Aye, that's what I said.
Right, got it.
Good, my man. Now what can I offer you?
Listen, we are policemen, but if I was gonna arrest everyone in Martinez doing like illegal stuff, we would be very busy. Quite the business venture you've set up here.
Oh, the system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard.
Okay, you didn't have to say it like that. Gets a proud gleam in his eyes. What do you mean?
You see, friend, man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor exquise. sold 2 to the fellows around here, and immediately invested the profit. Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me now. I got everyone on my hook.
He spreads his arms and smiles a crooked, toothless smile. I'm already hooking for Kuno, I think. Looks like you're on your own hook, too. Impressive entrepreneurship. Point to his vice stand. I approve. Got a permit for this little shit show? I don't want to say I'm hooking for Kuno because I think maybe that's going to tell Kim that I gave drugs to the kid and I don't want him to know. Looks like you're on your own hook, too.
Of course, of course, of course. It is what it is, you know. What it's always been. People, buddy boy. It's the people.
The drunk raises his Pilsner and nods. I don't know what Pilsner actually is. A beer that is brewed at cool temperatures by slow fermentation with a slow-acting yeast. Okay, so it's some kind of alcohol.
He has long forgotten what you were talking about.
I'm off.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
He waves you off. I'm not gonna tip you. Alright, so what was it about the necktie? You will betray it if you change it for some boring scarf. It's your friend now. It would be wrong to ever take it off. But I like this little bow knot. Is it actually important for me to keep wearing that, or is that just like... But I'm really confused by this. Spirit is eternal. The horrific necktie. For the love of God, do not remove it till the magic happens. And then a task for that is by the spirits? I'm so confused. So wait, what's the thing I bought? I don't think I can actually use that. Probably I can sell it, maybe? The liquid has an unearthly blue tint. The kind that might or might not, but definitely does glow in the dark. This is 98.7 pure alcohol. Keep it away from an open flame. Maybe I can pawn it at the pawn shop? What about you, fine gentlemen?
Hey, Tequila!
Idiot Doom Spiral, that's quite a name. A 30-something man clad in a two-piece lycra tracksuit puts down his Pilsner and extends his hand in greeting.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Oh, have we met by any chance? Shake his hand.
So what's happening?
Wait, Tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
Oh, we've definitely met.
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang. Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
Oh, I can't wait. So my true name is Tequila Sunset, of course. Not too hot. I'm on a 42-year losing streak. Reality makes me aggressively sad. Don't know. People tell me I'm a cop. I'm getting used to that. I have re-entered reality to conquer it, to bend it to my will. I am the law. You can really say I am the law quite often. Reality? It's perishing. Soon only glowing embers will remain of the atoms of human faces. Only echoes. These are all quite sad. Well, nice meeting you, but I've got to go. I don't know. People tell me I'm a cop, so I'm getting used to that.
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you know that I used to be a real mover and shaker?
He thoughtfully picks at his shit-stained lycra jacket.
Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
What keys? What piece of ass are you talking about? I've got some keys, and I've got a great ass, so I can provide those for you if you want.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
At last. What is a Tequila Sunset? You keep saying it.
It's you. You're Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
No.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Tequila Sunset. Something ominous there.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. For some reason, the name Tequila fills me with foreboding. Maybe I shouldn't learn what it means. Was that what I was drinking when I crashed my car in the lake?
You think you feel bad now. Wait till you've heard the story.
This is gonna do some moral damage, isn't it?
No. You need the wisdom.
Go ahead.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords.
Same here.
Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
The legend. Wait, did we meet on Friday?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting.
Sorry. He takes another sip.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get pissed drunk.
To be judged by these guys that basically look homeless, it's pretty embarrassing for me.
Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It is. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
He's like... Please, continue. Oh yeah, not the first time this comes up. Yeah, sure, I did that thing. What of it? Yeah, not the first time.
Hey, man, I'm not judging. This
Are you?
life's a valley of woes. Some of the highest concept people in history have killed themselves. And been drunks. Either way, it was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, got our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
I sure know the feeling.
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard.
So yeah, what I'm understanding now is that the whole waterlock being messed up thing, that was me, wasn't it? Like, I crashed my car into the... Even the gate that leads to the backyard of the Whirling in Rags, I think I probably crashed my car into that. And I didn't really make the connection at the time, but... Man, Harry really made quite an impression on this town, because he came in here, crashed his car, like destroyed half the fucking neighborhood, went around naked, like drinking, waving his gun around. And then the next day he wakes up and he's like, yes, I am a police. I'm here to investigate this crime. People must be like, what the hell's wrong with this dude? I'm glad Kim wasn't here to see all of that. He's only here to see like the aftermath.
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
What an interesting way to put that. Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs.
Let me guess. Tequila Sunrise?
The time hath come!
Oh.
So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied,
Tequila Sunrise?
The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things.
Oh god, what happened next? Say nothing. It's more dignified that way. Every word I said was true. Tequila Sunset will break the looms of reality. What happened next?
Your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice. We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us. which you naturally agreed to.
Oh.
We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
Wait, so is Tequila Sunset an event or a name?
I'm not sure. I think you were the event.
Hell yeah.
Tequila Sunset. You know, as opposed to a Tequila Sunrise, which is long gone.
Tequila Sunset, huh? Sounds pretty good. Well, my real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother.
Alright. How long did we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women.
I love how, like, we're 35 hours into this game and, like, we're still learning about shit that Harry did when he first got here. Like, slowly piecing together the puzzle of, like, what happened in these, like, 3 days he was here, because he did a lot of shit. I thought he'd just been, like, getting drunk at the hotel, but he went all over the place.
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
And that's when I went to trash my hotel room.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Don't listen to it, Kim. It didn't happen. It was someone else.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
Oh, don't put him on the spot.
If you only knew.
Oh, that hurts, man. Did I tell you anything specific about this person that fucked me? Did I mention losing anything else? Did I say anything about my car? Oh man, there's a bunch of questions. Let's get a little healing there. Did I tell you anything specific about this person that fucked me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
Oh god, I'm taking, like, actual damage now.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here. Abigail.
Don't call Abigail.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
I sure am. Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy.
Wait, so I crashed my car through the gate into the river, and that was after I'd gone to the pawn shop to sell my gun? I thought that would have happened after, because this sounds like the first thing I did when I got to Martinez. Huh.
In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Yeah, how much was it? Like 40,000 real or something? Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
I got an achievement. Hyperstellar Law Official, say 7 deranged superstar lines. Was it that deranged? I just asked if I said anything about my colleagues.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
Yeah, it's really no wonder they're so mad at me, Jean and Judith.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
Okay, well, thank you for helping me recollect all these things. Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
Don't listen to it, Kim. He's lying.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Okay, thank you. Did we talk about politics?
Yeah, you said that you'd really behaved unreasonably and failed to uphold your responsibilities as a representative of the coalition.
Okay, so Harry was pretty serious about being part of the moral interns. Interesting. Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept apologizing for being such a bad cop and for the damage you've inflicted on everyone around you.
So, is he saying this right now because sorry cop is my highest value? If like my other values were higher, would he tell me something different here?
You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, stupid, stupid, stupid.
Sounds like me. I don't need to hear any more.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
So what do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
He looks at his comrades.
Please! Please don't call! Don't call!
Abigail?
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
Yo-ho, yo-ho. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here? I shouldn't say red-haired, because it might be blue-haired, might be purple-haired, might be... I guess she's like a Ramona Flowers kind of gal. Or a Clementine, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind kind of gal. Changes her hair color often.
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got laid in ages.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Could you and your pals sign this document? Show Everett's letter.
What's it about? I'll let my hand address the situation.
He waves his hand apathetically.
Maybe you've heard. I used to be a very successful businessman. I've signed more than a few lease forms or whatever the fuck they were. Anyone's got a pen? The pro's gonna do it.
No, unfortunately. I need to bring a pen here.
I got a freebie when I purchased a whole carton of cigarettes. Smoke cigarettes, get a free pen. Deals don't come any sweeter.
The writing under the tiny crown logo reads, Royal Extra.
Thanks, Rosie.
He grabs the pen and paper from your hands and very carefully scribbles on the dotted line, Idiot Doom Spiral. Oh no. That might have been a mistake. Because that's not his actual name, right? I need at least 2 signatures on the document.
Hey, Abs! Hey, Abs!
He shouts to the mumbling drunkard next to him.
Don't you? You call Abigail?
The man looks around confused.
I need you to sign this document right here. It's important.
He waves the paper and pen in front of the man's face.
Don't call her.
Should I have them sign it though? Like, I wonder how many people I actually have the option of asking them to sign. I guess the idea is if we get the letter signed by like the people that Everett actually wants, they're going to get like evicted or something like that. They're gonna have to sell their property so he can build this youth center. But then if we have these guys sign it, what's gonna happen? Did he just need like a certain number of signatures or... I'm not sure. His trembling hand catches the paperwork. He lays it out on his knee and starts writing slowly. The handwriting is almost illegible due to his shaky hands.
Don't call Abigail. Great job, Abs. Nailed it.
His friend grabs the document and admires it. You've done a great service to the village, to the RCM, and to Revachol. I guess that's it. Thanks. I guess you've done us a great service.
Hey, guys. We're heroes.
He waves his hand erratically to the other guys.
About fucking time, man. I've done my duty.
He brings his hand up to his head for a salute.
Don't call Abigail.
He snorts and takes a swig from his bottle. The bottle is empty.
Thank you for your services, gentlemen. Should we go and mail these? I think I saw a mailbox on the plaza.
So we can just mail that and that's it? That's gonna complete the task for Everett? Okay. I mean, we could have just signed any name we wanted, but okay. I wonder how many people can actually sign it. I just did it with the first 2 guys I saw, but maybe I should have waited. Maybe a bunch of people could have signed it. A few more questions first.
Okay, what's on your mind?
You seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Wanna tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right, why not? Better than a beach bum.
Yes, wanna tell me how you became Idiot Doom Spiral?
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
You might get scammed here.
I have a feeling that this is going to cost me a lot. What do you need?
Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing I relayed to you earlier.
He taps his finger to his temple.
So, Have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
I've got this blue medicinal spirit. How about that?
No. Contrary to popular belief, I enjoy being alive.
He raises his palm as if to shun you back to wherever you came from. I don't have any on me right now.
Then I will see you again once you've procured some. Par exemple, my good friend Rosemary here sells all kinds of stuff.
Well, then just ask him for some.
All kinds, sir. Beer and wine.
I'd be seeing you.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
I have so many names, and I've finished a thought.
Guillaume Le Million.
Guillaume Le Million.
Bad news. Guillaume Le Million did not become a cop. In 38, he went on a tour to the Sinyao province in Safre, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single, Wonderland, skipping in the background.
Whoops.
And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Revachol in the 30s, and also as a warning.
God, this picture. Look at that. That's, these pictures are so strange and, like, so creative and evocative. The artists that work on this game are on another level. So, he David Carradine himself. I see. +1 pain threshold. Blood oxygen is boring. Pain threshold, okay. All psyche learning caps raised by 1. Okay. Guess that's good. We can interact with this one again.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum. It's signed by Idiot Doom Spiral and someone called Drunkard Abigail, apparently.
Nice attempt there, narrator. Drunkards Abigail. Like, is that gonna count? Maybe we did a bad thing. After all, Everett was trying to build a youth center, and what if it doesn't happen because of these dumb signature? What about you? What's your story? Grumbles an unshaven man with a ruddy nose. He narrows his eyes at you as if in recognition, then turns his head up. Then turn his head away.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
I'm sure it is.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
You can just say I am the law randomly to a bunch of people. Who is Abigail?
Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
I can see why this is your name. He draws out a disgusting snort and mumbles, waving a finger in your general direction.
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk.
Have you seen any women around here lately?
Abigail? Abigail, where are you?
I'm gonna keep talking to him just so I can hear more of this beautiful performance. His voice perks up, then trails into a string of random babbling. Who are you? What's your name?
Don't call Abigail.
His eyes move around erratically, the look in them hazy and unfocused. Where am I? What is this place?
The man hiccups, then mumbles something unintelligible.
Why shouldn't I call Abigail?
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
His breath smells harsh like a toxic swamp as he whispers to you. He then waves his hand as if shooing you away. Tell me about your friends.
Don't you fucking call her. Hear me? Abigail?
And we're getting a few new words in there. His voice trembles with every word, becoming ever weaker.
Don't call.
Slowly, his head nods off to the side and he passes out, tongue dangling from his mouth. I think this guy might be about to
There was
die.
little chance he'd be a reliable witness anyway.
Oh, you think? Guys, I think your friend might be like dying. Maybe you should try and help him. Why do you just have money on the ground here? Like, you guys don't care about this money? Maybe I just stole your savings. So you have alcohol on sale, you say?
The legend! He's back. And firstly, I got smokes and piss and a little speed to spice things up.
I'm gonna buy a Pilsner for 1.5 real.
Bottoms up, Captain.
Not for me though, for this guy.
Tequila Sunset.
I bought you some booze. Will you tell me about your name now?
Of course. Drink first, story later.
Here, I've got a potent Pilsner.
Not much, but it will do.
He grabs the bottle from your hand and then corks it immediately.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
I mean, you sold it. Why don't you drink your own stuff? One of the other bums interjects. Gurgles the near comatose man.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George.
Oh, okay.
But around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder/junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
You keep saying high concept, like, what are you talking about?
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff.
Again with the high concept.
I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
And how many people did you have working for you?
22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
Did the jogging help?
It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
He says thoughtfully, brushing dust off his shit-stained pants. What happened?
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
He shakes the bottle and makes a ringing sound. You better not say that you just threw your... I hope you're not gonna say you just threw away your keys and then you could never find them and that's why you became homeless.
His eyes are clouded. His dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
Hey, I look pretty good now. It's been like, what, 3 days? Over 3 days since I last took anything, so I should be slowly getting a little better.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see? At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
How wet are we talking exactly?
Wet, okay? It was raining really hard.
There's a trace of derision in his voice.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
I would have landed on my feet. I've got feline reflexes. Ouch.
Ouch, indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
You've got to be shitting me.
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
Okay, so what happened next?
I rang my neighbors' buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
He pauses meaningfully.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this.
Wait. So you were like a pretty rich guy, and then you went for a jog, lost your keys, and then you became homeless? Just because you couldn't go back in your apartment? Like, don't you know anyone who could get you in there? Like your landlord, your neighbors, your... That doesn't happen. And then you couldn't even go back to your company? Like, what about all your employees? Like... What? That story doesn't really make any sense.
So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Wait, is that it? I feel like there are some steps missing.
Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now.
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Yeah.
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me, so they tossed me in jail for 2 days. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen.
I'm almost homeless myself. Doesn't seem so bad. Look on the bright side, you've got one hell of a story. You do realize all of this is your own fault. I literally can't believe it. I feel like even if you leave your apartment for a jog without your wallet, without your keys, you would eventually find a way to get back in. Even if you went to the police. This seems a little far-fetched. I literally can't believe it.
Me neither, Tequila. When I lost my keys, I lost more than access to my apartment. I also lost my leverage over humanity. I wasn't a high-concept creative director anymore. I was just some homeless asshole with a premium Sansorique Lycra tracksuit. You can't imagine what that does to a man's confidence. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one.
I love how it keeps saying trademark next to the Sanseric Lycra. Why do you keep losing all your stuff?
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece Lycra tracksuit?
Trademark.
I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me.
I mean, the fact that you're describing your girlfriend primarily as a piece of ass tells me that you're maybe not such a great boyfriend.
Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
Could it be one of the jackets that I found?
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with?
Perhaps, yes. What was the name of your agency?
My agency, man. The Boom Boom Room. Our concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of marketing. The color red, breasts, and oil painting.
That's a good one.
I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high-concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy, the clients were happy.
What a strange company you had.
I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language. But then it all went to shit.
Mixing oil painting and breasts to make ads isn't high art, it's just cynical wankery. That's so high concept I have no idea what it means. Man, mixing high and low, commodifying culture, that is extremely my shit. Right, okay, never mind that I asked. It does seem kind of just like cynical wankery.
Well, you know, sex sells. That's the first rule of advertising.
Maybe, but it's still tired. Yeah, actually you're right. Let the market sort it out. No need for me to regulate this stuff. Still tired.
Maybe you're right. Who knows? Maybe we were behind the curve? We were fucking rich, though. That much I know.
Well, for how much that helped you. What's up with the tracksuit?
What? You've never seen 100% Lycra before?
Trademark.
Go on. Feel that primo material.
The man extends his arm.
You really shouldn't touch it.
I'll just admire it from afar, thanks.
That might be the right idea. This here is one of the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly. Can't get it anymore. It was too primo, even for Grodd.
Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosemary. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them anytime.
What about the other drunks?
My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics? They're exactly what they look like.
Hey, Tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
A gurgling sound comes from the direction of the non-responsive man.
I am a cool cop.
And yeah, you're already acquainted with abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together.
Now, what's this about a lost jacket?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my Lycra threads,
Trademark.
but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
He looks at you bleary-eyed. Wait, you're asking a police officer to help find a jacket you stole and then lost?
Yeah, exactly. You're here to serve, right?
Okay, sure. Where'd you lose it?
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market.
That's a lot of places.
Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna say maybe it's one I've already found, but I guess not.
I'm all ears, Tequila.
Have you got any more stories?
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift.
He spins the bottle in his hand. Not a single drop of liquid remains. Geez, I already gave you some. I don't want to keep doing that.
Then I can't keep on telling the stories.
Hey, sorry for being a buzzkill earlier. I'll supply the booze if you'll supply the stories. Alright. Alright, well, that's enough of that.
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art? No, art is for arrogant blowhards. Why am I getting this?
Is it? Yet your eye constantly seeks out the most critical side of any aesthetic confrontation. You follow the expressions of imagination and technical skill with curiosity. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean...
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
Yes, perhaps I could be an art critic. Call me Ungo Gablogian. Hold on, is architecture also art?
Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
Wait, what about music? Is it art?
Only the most experimental kind.
That's stupid. Architecture is stupid. Music is stupid. I guess I have been feeling critical lately. It's all stupid.
Such vigor. Already you express a sharp, descriptive mind, ready to slash through the empty and superficial in favor of the sublime and the beautiful. Do it. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Wait, but don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished and all that?
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
Okay, if 50% art critic is what's needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it. No, I cannot risk another Copo diversion at this point. Go away. No, opt in for sure.
It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world.
Finally, I can be not only part of the police, but part of the fashion police.
Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Actual art degree. -1 perception. Can't even look at this shit. Yeah, it's another Copo type. The worst one. The most savage and brutal. The fact that they say this tells me it's probably likely that you always get this one later than the other ones. The art cop. Nothing is good enough for him. Everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives to depict and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go. I really do want to internalize this one, but like, which one should I get rid of? Like, I love Call de Mamadakwa because it gives me +3 perception. Rigorous self-critique. I could get rid of this one. They give me a lot of healing though. But I guess healing is never that much of a... I guess I don't really need advanced race theory anymore. It was mostly to talk to Measurehead. Alright, let's forget this one. And get... I can't wait to get inexplicable feminist agenda. Let's internalize this. And get -1 perception, but... Wait, my total perception is at 5? I thought it was... Oh, it's at 6. Huh. Oh god, physical instrument is at 0 because of the thought. Which one is giving me... -2? Oh yeah, this one. Wasteland of Reality. It makes sense that they have you choose, like pick and choose which ones you want to internalize and forget, and like you have limited slots, but I do wish you could do like all of them. I still have the 15 Endotribe. Could have forgotten this one too. Alright, so now we're looking for this guy's jacket. I guess we'll add that to the to-do list. Got some kids. Ugh. I'm gonna need more health recharges soon. Got some kids. Good rocks.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old.
Lillian's twin.
The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
Kids, have you seen any bad people around?
What bad people?
One of the twins looks up, his mouth slightly open.
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is gonna crack the case.
Then we're definitely doing it.
Hey, where is your mom?
The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game.
You guys look identical.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
Okay.
You're bad with kids.
Wow, you're just gonna say that? I am, yes. What are you, Kid Master General? It's impossible to be good with kids, they're too stupid. What are you, Kid Master General?
Maybe I am. Now, how about some actual police work? We are not getting anything here.
Bye, kids. Take care. I'd like to see you try, Kim. The street sign is illegible below the graffito. Hard to see the details. The colors, all warm and welcoming, are cozy, though. A flower trough where nothing really grows. Maybe in spring. Someone with a little baby? Ruffed grouse taxidermy. I'm just gonna steal that? Guess so. Wait, I have a tool? Why did it say I had a new tool? She's singing the same song that plays on the overworld. The dead body of a grouse stuffed with some unknown material. From a distance, it might just pass up as the real thing. The bird itself looks extremely ruffled and slightly grumpy. Okay. Industrial coal pellets burn with an orange glow. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, mister.
Oh god, please tell me that's not your kid. A young girl, okay, it's not, barely 4 or 5 years old, sits on the sofa. She is looking at you with frank curiosity.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Where are your parents?
My mom's outside. And I don't really know about my dad.
She gives you a bright smile like it's a good thing. I wonder if they got actual kids to voice these characters. They do sound like kids. Do you know anyone named Ruby?
Ruby. Ruby.
Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in as if she's about to tell you a secret.
My mom tells me I'm a big girl. But she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or sometimes I can. But then
You're saying you can't say
Ur.
R?
Kids.
The lieutenant shakes his head. Are the twins outside your brothers?
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
They look identical, right? I said the same thing.
They look identical.
She slowly processes the word, then snickers with laughter. What's that thing you're holding?
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of.
She holds the fuzzy beast up to demonstrate.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Lambie looks like he's falling apart. Oh, don't tell her that. Lambie looks soft. Oh, okay, well, pleased to meet you, Lambie.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
I love how you can just show her the bird you took from the ceiling.
It's a grouse.
She yells, smiling broadly.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken scooter you almost certainly broke.
Ooh. Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds.
Sure. I mean, you already took it.
Yeah.
I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
The girl's large, curious eyes remain fixed on you. How about that? You still think I'm bad with kids, Kim? That was pretty good, wasn't it? I'd like to see you try. There's the mom, I guess. Washerwoman. The woman next to a bucket of clothes hums an odd melody. Her eyes are closed.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
She opens her eyes. If you can't see, then how did you know I was here? Lean forward, or what if I don't want to? I mean, I guess she heard me.
I still have a golden ear. Come.
Lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
Not gonna give you any.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, look at him taking his nice boy voice. We are not here to cause any trouble. What he said, we're cops. We don't cause trouble. We take care of trouble. We're cops. We're hellraisers. Click, click, bang, bang.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Wait, I've been here before? I think she means just police in general.
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there.
Oh?
He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
What kind of an ill omen are we talking about? I am totally an ill omen. It's exactly what I've been telling everyone. The end is here. And what kind are you talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
I love how this is my only option. If I considered an ill omen, why hasn't anyone told me that?
Maybe they are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built.
Well, you guys are very nice.
I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others.
It's all good, ma'am. I did find a place to park my motor carriage, so we're good with that.
Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
What is in this fishing village?
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
This place is pornographically poor. There's got to be something here. Tell me, who else lives in this village? Is there a way to make a little money around here? Who else lives here?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
Oh yeah, I met a couple of drunks here.
I'm sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. A new face pops up every now and then an old one disappears and is forgotten. This is who we are.
As much as I want to expand every dialogue option, I don't really want to say those things to this old woman. There's got to be something here. Tell me. That's not. Why am I so mean? And then this place is pornographic. Is there a way to make a little money around here? I mean, not for me, but for you guys.
Here? For you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
Yeah, I don't want to say that. All right, there's another topic.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
What's further down the coast?
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even.
Why is it abandoned?
Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
What is even their religion in this world? Like, I'm guessing it's not Christianity, right? So, actually, I don't think any character has really talked about a religion this whole time, which is somewhat surprising. She smiles a gap-toothed smile and smells the air.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes.
Oh, so you know about it.
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
I get the feeling you're leaving stuff out. What else is going on?
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting even through the night.
Music?
And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that.
Really?
Perhaps the mysterious music is somehow connected to the case. A Rusalka or a half-demonic Apsara singing.
What else is on down coast?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty.
Well, which is it then? Apartments or electrical plant?
I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara.
Anything else of note?
Of note? The old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed.
Why are all my dialogue options so rude? It's like, who'd want to come to a fish market here? But I want to know what she's gonna say. Who'd want to come to a fish market here?
No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a bustling place, back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else.
There's got to be more along the coast.
What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible.
Okay.
And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
She drops a bar of soap into the bucket with a splash. Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here?
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie.
Wait. Was Isobel the name of the woman I was supposed to get to sign? Yeah, Isobel and Lillian. Oh, it was their names. So they're the ones that would have been, like, kicked out? But what's gonna happen now that I had the two dudes sign? I don't know.
Now it's your turn, Mr.
Lieutenant Double Yefrader Harriet Dubois. You can call me Tequila Sunset. Let's just give her my real name.
Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them, double.
Do you know anything about the lost jacket?
What do you want with a lost jacket?
That's an excellent question, ma'am.
There's honor in retrieving lost things. One of the drunks lost his and I agreed to look for it. It's not for me. I'm on a philosophical journey to fetch it for someone. Yeah, one of the drunks lost his, so I'm trying to help him.
He probably pawned it for booze and then forgot about it. You know how drunk men are? Are you getting a reward for it at least?
Lie, yes. Why would I lie? No.
What? You're fetching someone's missing laundry free of charge? Do you not have anything better to do?
I mean, is that not a good thing? Isn't it admirable to try and help people out of the goodness of your heart?
In fact, he does.
The lieutenant glances at his watch.
None of my business, either way. How you spend your hours is up to you. Anyhow, you might ask Lillian if she's seen anything lately. That girl's got a way of attracting lost and broken things.
Where could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
Her soapy thumb points to the building behind her. How much is it? Well, she just said a free room. Oh, I guess you mean it's empty, not that it's literally free. Don't know if I can afford another place to stay. How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Wait, hold on. You're just giving it to me? I'm not sure it's appropriate for the RCM to accept free accommodations. There's this guy, Gart, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold. Okay, I'll take it. Get keys to your new home. Wow, we can just stay here? I mean, it would make it so we don't have to spend fucking 20 real every day. But I feel like my stuff might get stolen if I stay here. I don't know. You're just giving it to me?
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there.
She tilts her head on the side, pondering over something. I'm not sure it's appropriate to accept free accommodation.
Oh, don't. It's your choice. No skin off my teeth.
Wait, why isn't anyone using the room?
My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm.
One more time, I can just have the room?
Aye. The room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here.
It would help me stay in touch with the proletariat. This could be the first chapter of my rags to riches memoir. Now, this is real Revacholian hospitality. That guard must be half-kipped or something. Oh, no. Unfortunate that incremental development hasn't elevated this neighborhood yet. I see potential here. I don't need much. This sounds just fine. I would have said that if it didn't have that second part there. I can see this is another political thing, but really, I don't need much.
An uncomplicated man. I take it that means you're interested.
Being at the Whirlings is nice because I'm right next to Kim and stuff, but it would allow me to spend my money on other things instead. Okay, you got yourself a tenant.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
I will try. A key appears from under her apron. She hands it to you.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Don't say that so derisively.
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room.
Really? Why are you relieved about that, Kim? And finally, have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about? Oh, well, let us know if that changes. Yeah, do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She nods with a wrinkled smile. So, do you know her?
She's being evasive. She knows something.
Look, if I want to use your room, I need to know I can trust you.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
You know something. We're here to help. This is like when that man locked himself in that woodshed. We just need to help her come out. This isn't about the union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation. I mean, it kind of is about the union, isn't it? Is she worried about retaliation? I don't think that's what it is. I think it's more like she doesn't believe in snitching. The thing is, obviously this is our task, is to arrest Ruby. If she's the one who committed the murder, at least. But I still don't know why she did it. Like, from what Claudia was saying, it sounds like it was more just like of a jealous thing. If that's the case, then yeah, obviously you should arrest her. If there was some other reason, like a justified reason, I mean, even then, as the police, it's still your duty to arrest that person, even if they were justified. But, considering the nature of this game, I'm guessing we're gonna have some kind of choice. Maybe once we learn, like, the actual reason why she committed the murder, maybe we'll kind of have a choice to either arrest her or not. So, but we don't know that yet, because I don't know what her motive is. You don't have to worry about retaliation.
Ah, I should have known. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here.
I see. You know something, but you've decided not to tell us. Okay, but we'll be back later if we find anything suspicious. So you just don't want to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
So basically you saw her passing through, but you don't know where she is now, I guess. Okay.
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Alright, goodbye, I'm off. What a nice old lady. Some more money that I hope doesn't belong to her. You can't see into the house from this angle, okay? Inside you hear the cozy sound of some kind of heater sputtering. Transcend! Let's
The
go
door
see...
has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
Unlock the shack door with the key.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement and look for any signs of Ruby. But just so you know,
You can come inside with me, Kim, that's fine.
after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the Whirling in Rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
What, Kim, you're saying you don't want to stay in this shack with me? I'm hurt, Kim. You don't want to share a bed? Oh, I see you're such a fancy little prince. You need to stay in your fancy little hotel. It's fine. go and stay in the rags. I'll stay in actual rags.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now.
You can come in there with me. Okay, well, guess not. The floorboards creak under your step. This is a nice little place. I just hope I lock the door behind me at night, because otherwise I might get my stuff stolen. This intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth. Old science fiction magazines, books about birdwatching, an almanac from '39. What is that?
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Oh no. Is shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
I don't know. I feel like I would look even worse if I shaved. Like, I'm trying to imagine this face shaved and it looks terrible. Maybe if he kept just the mustache, you know? Like if he just took off the chops but just kept the mustache. I mean, of course I would say that, but it might look okay. Also, his hair looks much shorter on this picture than it does on his model. I don't think I'm gonna shave. That doesn't seem like such a good idea. You see the waves, the sea, a church.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression.
We can still try and stop doing the expression, but I like that I'm doing the expression. Ooh, corrosive jacket. Wow. It's an interesting, and we found a lot of clothes. Look at this. Ooh. Hey, that's pretty fancy. Especially with my little bow tie. +1 logic, checkmate. This swanky checkered jacket flatters your form in a way that makes you feel the fun kind of serious. It has really nice roomy pockets too. That's a really nice little jacket. I wonder if it belonged to like the son of this woman. I wonder if she says anything to you if you wear it. You can try it out, sure. It's quite the look. What about this plank here?
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Move the board aside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. Nothing
What's in here?
particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Do I want to put my hand in there? I mean, I do have my flashlight. Could I use the flashlight to look better?
You return the board to its original.
What if I equip... I mean, it's probably not gonna matter, but what if I equip the flashlight first?
As you look at the floor, the edge of a floorboard neck, hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
Having the flashlight out doesn't seem to help. Search through the sand and sawdust?
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then, something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
A bullet, interesting.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with.
Convince guard to let you sing karaoke, preferably in the evening, yeah.
Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Wait, you're saying the old washerwoman hid this bullet here? Oh, it didn't... Oh, right, okay. You've got 2 bullets. Oh. So it's not an item I can observe. And I can look at the bed.
The bed is comforting. if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Might be some bed bugs in there, but I don't know. Alright, let's go outside. I'm back, Kim.
Yes?
Is there anything new I can say to Kim? I want to talk about you.
What about me?
Ooh. Kim, you're wearing a Revolutionary Air Brigade jacket, aren't you? Oh, this is because of the Aces High, right?
What? These? It's just seasonal clothing.
He zips up the large collar, and those look like airman pants, good for storing tools in.
Where is this going?
You see, Kim, I have this place in my head where I develop new ideas and connections. Nowhere. Let's change the subject, but still keep it on you. Yeah, I have this place in my head.
Interesting. I think it's called the brain.
I think so too.
It's no mere brain.
Yes, a brain. No, it's more than that. Anyway. No, normal people don't have this. It's like a mind laboratory, a spiritual R&D division. No, a palette. No, better yet, a painter's atelier of concepts. Yes, a brain.
Okay. And something happened in that brain?
Yes, my brain suspects that you have some kind of thing with the Revolutionary Air Brigades. That's all. I just wanted you to know I have this thing. Yeah, is there like a thing maybe?
I do not have a thing with Revolutionary Air Brigades in particular.
Just air brigades then?
Okay, I wanted to become an aerostatic pilot. Then I turned 10 and realized we no longer have an air force.
Are you sure the Revolutionary has got nothing to do with this? Thank you. My mind is satisfied. Yeah, thanks.
Good.
He glances impatiently at his wristwatch. We can still see you don't look like other people around here, which seems kind of racist. But we've known each other for a while now. Maybe I can ask you?
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Okay, I guess it's not interesting then. You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seoul.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
He seems almost proud of these things.
A point of pride to him. He's glad to have shut down your question.
Aw. Tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
Oh? Come on.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them.
Look at the little stands
You're
there.
pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow.
What is that? What is going on here? They've got like a little mind battle going on?
It's like you're locked down.
What's happening to me?
Something the matter, detective?
Ooh, he's spinning me down with a severe stare.
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his thrall.
So what can I do about it?
Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it.
Silently scream for help or accept your thraldom. I want us to be equal, Kim. Silently scream for help.
If the lieutenant were an evil man, who knows what sort of havoc he could wreak.
Damn.
Fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. He'll only use his powers for the good of the investigation.
A committed officer of the RCM. Okay.
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Why is the music so loud suddenly?
Good.
Why'd the music get so freaking loud? That was strange. Alright, Kim, you don't want to talk, that's fine. Let's see if she says something about my jacket.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
Ooh.
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
A bullet?
The lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod, then turns to the washerwoman.
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant. And not a stupid one either.
You rented the room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
Ooh, very interesting. She speaks slowly, wringing out a rag after a long silence. Her hands move into the water bucket. Some water slushes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
Her wrinkled hand needs a blue rag in the water, so just when I got here, right? Because Friday is when I first got here, I think. But then she left on Monday? So the whole time that Harry was staying at the hotel, Ruby was in this room?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
The thing is, either we arrest Ruby as the police. I mean, let's say she killed a guy, which we don't know for sure yet, but she's our prime suspect. Either we arrest her as the police and then what's gonna happen to her? Is she gonna go to jail? Do they have like a death sentence? Or we present her as the culprit in the mercenaries tribunal and then they're going to execute her, so... Or maybe third option, we help her escape somehow if we have the option. So there's not a lot of good outcomes for her in this scenario.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
Oh boy. Well, Kim's got you now, so you're gonna have to answer our questions. You said she left on Monday?
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No,
The truth, sire.
What is she like, Ruby?
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Tommy le homme also seemed to have some nice conversations with her.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
The sun sets for everyone.
She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself, the way some people do.
Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape milieux she'd made.
She brushes her forehead with the back of her hand. Water drips to the ground.
Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
She looks back toward their shack, thinking...
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye. Do tell.
A seagull flies overhead, obviously a bad omen. It's an exit plan. Oh. You think she left one bullet here just so like she could blow her brains out? On second thought, I'd rather not say. It's not something I want to think about. I mean, she's an old woman, right? She's seen some shit before, so it's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
Her life, the world, this.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
She tilts her head to the side, looking up at you deep in thought.
She really believes that.
Okay, where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screech like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
Okay, yeah, she's looking more and more suspicious, this Ruby. It's looking more and more like maybe she's the one that killed that guy. But like, it seemed quite premeditated if she did. Like, she had to go on the roof, find a gun, then dispose of the gun, have an exit plan. And like, she must have known there would be retaliation, right? Or did she think that having them lynched would solve the situation? I wonder what she was thinking. I guess we'll find out.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
Her tone is without malice.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Further up the coast we go then. But that place is huge. She's a needle in a haystack. Man, I was really hoping she'd be hiding in this village. Are you sure she didn't go somewhere more pleasant and less wet? No, further up the coast we go then.
Are you sure you'd rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
She drops the rag into the bucket. It's clean now.
No, you can do it. You still have plenty of juice in you before you drop. Behind the cinder block houses, old pre-war ruins rise to the sky like dark palaces. The wind calls.
What more do you want to know about that poor girl? Yes, let's hear those other questions.
All right, I'm off.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She looks around. The air is getting colder. Yeah, everyone's saying that.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
I mean, I believe you. Everyone is saying that, but if she killed a guy, you know? Alright, she didn't say anything about the jacket, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna put on my my own detective jacket back. Interesting. So she's like, you'll never find her, but if you do find her... Then we got someone else here. What are these doing in the fish? These? Oh my god. Franco-Nigerian cavalry boots. +1 perception. Damn. A view from above. Good old calf-length cavalry boots. Mount that horse and ride into the night. The heel comes in handy too. Definitely makes you some good 5 centimeters tall. Really? 5? That's huge. But could it be that it's also making you sharper, more perceptive to your surroundings now that you've gained a new perspective? These are the first other shoes I'm finding. Ooh, wow, look at that. Looking like a real badass now. My perception is so high. I feel like I should put a point in everything that's too low. Like everything that's at 2 I should put a point in, so that would be like at least 4 of these. Let's put a point in shivers, because it's very low. And interfacing, I have a few items I can equip to get it higher. And then party planet, I don't really want to be higher. Endurance would be nice to be higher. Let's put a point in that, because I have a bunch of points. And I'm gonna keep a spare one. Accept. And what's in the box? Oh, is that Joyce? Is this Joyce? Oh no, there's Joyce. Is that Joyce? I haven't seen the RCM around for ages. Is that Joyce's boat? The planks creak beneath your weight. The ladder leads to a school of fish swimming in the kelp. Is this Joyce?
I'll just keep the Cordeleche in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
Her model looks quite different than her picture. It looks like she has a little bun on the back of her head, but here it just looks like she has kind of short hair, you know, like the evil aunt in like Cinderella.
Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Right? Who's talking? That other girl there? This is Lilian, the net picker. Jetty.
Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty?
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Jetty.
Oh, Jetty, oh, Jetty.
She responds mournfully.
It's good to see you here, detectives. I only just arrived myself.
I see you're like following us on this quest. That's nice to see you again.
What brings you here, madame?
She's like, oh, it's to make it easier if you want to talk to me without having to like walk all the way to the end of the map.
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
So how do you like it here? Do you like my new coat? Do you like my new bow tie?
How do I like it?
She casts her gaze toward the village, slush melting on the cinder blocks construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name, all the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
That woman? What, Lillian?
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Does she have an actual sword? Also, are these like, what do you call those that you fish with? A hook? A lure? She using lure as a earring? That's original.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
Yeah, for all the good we're gonna do.
All right. Politics time. Let's react.
Oh no.
Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
You're right to be scared. This is all your fault. You're in no danger. The working class have no idea what's happening to them. Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks. The place is doomed either way. Say nothing. Oh, man. I mean, it's not her fault. Not her personally. You're in no danger. They have no idea what's happening to them. I think they know what's happening to them. This is just how the real city looks. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never...
She leans against the railing looking up at the grey sky.
Above you, there forms a quilt of alto-cumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly.
I almost never hear from Shiver, so definitely wanted my Shiver to be higher.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
The wind picks up, her raincoat flaps in the gust. This fishing village? This island?
No, they're in Celindian, Isola.
No, you haven't told me how they found it.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oblivion, that's so me. 45% is around where I operate. Things are getting better, though. Say nothing. I mean, yeah, I think I'm getting better.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
She corrects the scarf around her neck. Tell me now, we have time.
Do we?
He glances at his watch. He doesn't look like he does.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
You heard? Where'd you hear that exactly?
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with, while you're hot in pursuit.
By the way, I've talked to Everard Clare.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
I didn't. He's a beautiful man, beautiful and just. Everard Clare is a hero of the workers' movement. He is the champion I've sworn fealty to. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. A rainbow socialist. I can do business with him. For a socialist, he is reasonable. He is not the champion I have chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you and the cause of capital. I have the feeling the international community does not approve of him. It's not important if I liked him. I was doing my job. Oh boy. Well, the short answer is I didn't.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually...
She answers her own question.
Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
She looks at the ground and nods.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Kim, you're so scared of expressing your opinion, even in this private conversation with this woman. I mean, she is a representative of the company, so I get why he wants to say that, but like, I think she knows that when I say this, I'm talking about just myself. Like, I'm sure she doesn't think I'm speaking in the name of the RCM.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
You know, maybe you are just as shrewd as Everard, but you're a little more subtle about it.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
I mean, if they wanted to have them be equals in this conflict, they really failed, because Everard is definitely much more unlikable. Like, he's very patronizing, he's very manipulative. Whereas Joyce, you could say she's kind of using you, but she's been very kind, very helpful. She told us a lot about the world. She's very polite. So, like, if the game was trying to make you choose between the two of them, Joyce is the obvious choice here. But of course, they're only representative of their respective organizations. That money you gave me, wouldn't that make things weird if I shared information, I mean?
Weird? Oh no. One of the positive things to come from the revolution is the unhindered exchange of information, you see. Even when it comes to trade secrets.
I mean, they're not so much trade secrets.
Which isn't to suggest our talks constitute corporate espionage. Even if they did, it would be fine. But they don't, since you logged the money as a donation, and this is clearly just gossip between friends.
Yes, of course. I mean, it's not like any of the information... Sorry, I just got my pipe here. It's not like any of the information that I can give her here would give them like an upper hand over Everard, even if they knew. Like, I don't think Everard is stupid enough to entrust information to me that could be hurtful to him, right? He's too smart for that. And like, as much as I dislike Everard, I do support the Union, of course, more than the company. Because the company has all the means, they have all the money, they have all the power. The Union is just there to try and make sure that they don't abuse the workers. So like, you should always support the Union, but Everard himself can get fucked, so. He asked me to open a door.
A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that.
Yes, a referral? No, I mean like a real door to someone's house. I actually lied that I opened the door. I didn't really do it. No, I mean like a real door.
Oh my. A real door?
The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you.
I mean, I didn't do it though. We lied. Should I have said that? I helped scare someone for Mr. Clare. It was nothing. It had to be done. I got information. It was useful to the case. I really didn't get any information by doing that. And I also didn't open the door. I wish it'd give me an option here to say I didn't do it though. It was nothing.
Of course. The RCM has the right to inspect any premises. How else would you catch the bad guys? The information was useful, I hope.
Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but neither was it illegal. And it was not for nothing.
This is one of these very few cases here where the game does not account for some choices you made. So here, this line of dialogue is probably the one if you did open the door, but we didn't. And Kim does not acknowledge that.
This seems serious.
I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight.
Kim, you sound like right in my ear right now. The Union's militant wing organized the lynching. Everard says the Wild Pines sent mercenaries after the Union and now one's dead. That is true. Everard asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation. I told him about the mercenary tribunal. He didn't seem too worried.
Brinkmanship or saber rattling? Was he surrounded by Union men he wanted to impress?
We were alone, and he seems very sure of his ability to keep things in control. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. I think he wants things to escalate. You're right, he was probably just showing off to me. I don't know if he wants things to escalate, but I guess he seems sure that he can keep things in control.
Or he wants you and me to believe he's calm and in control. He's a politician.
And aren't you, Joyce?
There's always that risk, ma'am. But if I may offer my opinion,
Please.
he means it.
Kim's right. I'm pretty sure he meant it.
I'll think it over, Detective. Thank you for relaying this information to me.
This gave her pause. She's pensive, suddenly. Hard to say about what.
I don't want to share this. That's more like closely related to the investigation itself. And like, she's not... Like, I keep... Joyce has such an like authority about her that I feel like I'm reporting to her like she's my boss. But she's not. She's working for Wild Pines. She's not like the boss of the RCM. So like, I really don't need to be telling her all this information. But some stuff I feel like I can tell her. Like the fact that... like, the Wild Pines did send mercenaries.
Misinformation. This is all because we haven't shared information on the lynching yet. See? Already the adversary uses it to their advantage. Don't let him.
Misinformation? So you're saying that Wild Pines did not send mercenaries? You told me yourself that Crenell is here because of Wild Pines.
Hurry up on that probe. The moment you tell me you're finished at the traffic jam, I will gladly tell you the company's side of the story.
I thought you already did.
She was worried for a moment that she's overplayed her hand by not sharing info sooner. Then she settles down, curious to hear more.
I already did the probe though, and then we told you and you were like, okay, here's the information, and you told us about the mercenaries. Am I getting these dialogue like in the wrong order? Everard asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation.
How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out, if they haven't already.
While we appreciate your assistance, ma'am, I'm afraid we can't discuss the specifics of an ongoing investigation with you.
That is only fair.
This militant wing has singled out a suspect from me. I have reason to believe the lynching was a cover-up. I've said all I can.
Well, I hope it yields something. Otherwise you'll have opened that door for naught.
I didn't open the door
Anything
though.
else?
That's all I've got to say.
What you've said is quite enough. You've given me a lot to consider, and may have helped me prevent this conflict from escalating.
He asked me to deliver an envelope.
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it?
Here?
Here? Oh no. What does that bloated hellbat want with my little cinderblock town?
It's clear the village has already grown dear to her. Strangely so. Why did she come here?
No, don't tell me. I don't want to know what he has in store for this place. Probably a statue. It's a statue, right?
A statue.
A giant statue of him. Or better yet, his twin brother. Practically the same thing, but makes him seem less like a psychopath.
Well, actually, he wants to build a youth center here for the children of Martinez.
A youth center with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it.
She looks down the jetty remorsefully.
Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him.
You're quite fond of this village, aren't you?
I should be. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in Martinez. He was an older man with impossibly broad shoulders.
Ooh, I wonder if it's someone we know. There's that crooked smile again.
He's probably dead by now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of one another.
Probably dead by now, but maybe not. I wonder if we'll run into him. You've been to Martinez before?
Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and... Don't hold it against me. My paramour certainly did not.
Sounds like you miss those times.
Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited. Me and my girlfriends from Azon with our shiny boats. Like reavers.
A zone.
We told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast since the Coalition landed in '08. Imagine.
Oh no. She's sentimental, all right. Why would she come here otherwise?
Well, why did you come here then, to this jetty?
I'm over-radiated, Detective. Do silly things sometimes. Out of pale-related sickness. Like, sail over here. The moral of the story is...
That's convenient. You're just gonna blame anything weird you do on the pale radiation? It's like, oh, it's not my fault, I'm neurodivergent.
Do not spend 22 days a year in pale transit. Don't waste your 20s slumming it with your stupid friends. And don't deliver Everard Clare's mail.
Her bony finger is pointed like an arrow at your chest.
Are you satisfied, Detective? What else can you tell me about your mail delivery quest for Everard? Do you think it will improve the place?
She's pointing it quite hard in there. Feels like a knife.
You would prefer something else, not a youth center?
First, there won't be a youth center. Whatever he has told you or the residents, there'll be something horrific, perhaps even worse than a statue. So, yes, I do.
Like what?
A fishery. I've been speaking with Lillian here. She gave me the idea. The infrastructure is all here, and with my connections, sadly, it's just one of the million things I'll never get round to. I just have to accept that I'll never be the rich candy girl who goes around solving people's problems with money.
Well, I thought you told me you have quite a bit of money, though. But I guess, yeah, you can't... This is the thing, right? We always wonder, like, why don't all the rich people just solve all the problems? And it's like, a big reason is, of course, because a lot of them are just awful people. But, like, even if you had, say, like, $100,000, right? There's only so much you can spend and only so many people you can help. Like, the world is a huge place. So many people have problems. Like, there's a GoFundMe there, someone that needs money there, someone's pet is sick, someone's grandma is sick. Like, you would try and help as many people as you can with this money, and then before you know it, you're already out of money, and there are still just as many people needing help. So, but I think every small good action you do does matter, at least to someone, you know? It's just, most of us don't have the money to help. So you're sad you can't buy the place.
Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village.
She is more defensive about it than usual.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any information?
He's helping me find my gun. He's really not. I helped him turn up the heat on the borscht. I didn't help with the borscht. I asked them to stop putting alcohol in there. I want to fix this thing about the door.
A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that.
I actually lied that I opened the door. I didn't really do it.
Stupendous. Pulling one on the old Worm. Commendably done. And did this trick yield anything interesting? I assume it was necessary. For the case.
Detective, I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share.
I'm not going to give any information specifically about the murder.
What you've said is quite enough. You've given me a lot to consider, and may have helped me prevent this conflict from escalating.
I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later, down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Oh, I found my badge, by the way.
By love, you did.
She inspects the piece of blue plastic, her eyes scanning from left to right.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Seaweed drips from the badge in your hand. It smells of fish. I couldn't at least clean it up before putting it in my pockets. So, are you saying there's information you didn't give me then? Alright, that's all. Yeah, her model looks a little bit different than her portrait.
Actual art degree.
Oh god.
Trite, contrived, mediocre, milquetoast, amateurish, infantile, cliché and gonorrhea-ridden peon to conformism. I fucked me. Affront to humanity. War crime. Should literally be tried for war crimes. Resolutely shit. Lacking in imagination. Uninformed reimagining of. Limp-wristed, premature, ill-informed attempt at. Talentless fuckfest. Recidivistic shit peddler. Pedantic, listless, savagely boring. Just one repulsive laugh after another.
That's a lot of words to describe my channel. Minus hand-eye coordination? Oh shit. Hands shake from anger, how shit it all is. Conceptualization, passives, heal +1 morale, and give +10 XP. Oh, that's pretty nice. But that's not nice. Oh. I do have a skill point. Now my hand-eye coordination is at -1. We could put a point in there to balance it out. Interesting. So this there, that's the woman. That's Lillian. This boat is floating freely in the water unmoored. Okay, interesting. Well, it's already been 2 hours, so already that's gonna be a wrap for this episode. But we met some colorful characters. It's nice to see Joyce again. It's nice to see a nice old woman who gave me a place to stay. Ask about Ruby in the village. She left the village and went up the coast. Explore the coast for signs. Find the jacket. Take the stuffed bird to guard. This weird thing. Put the envelope in the mailbox in the plaza. Get boots off the victim. I think this one is bugged. I don't think I can do that anymore. Find one armor piece. Maybe we can find the helmet on the shore. We can check all these places for bullet traces. Perform an advanced analysis using hand-eye coordination. I don't think I've tried that yet. We have to call Alice back tomorrow. I hope this 5 days or less before the tribunal thing was not true. Because we're already on day 4. But like, I still have a lot to explore. I don't feel like I've been wasting much time. Like, I've just been following up on like tasks and quests that the game gives me. But anyways. So yeah, it's really fun to be exploring a new place. Like, I just don't know what I'm gonna find, what kind of people I'm gonna run into, so that's really exciting. We now have a new place to sleep. That's not going to cost us any money, at least I don't think so. So we can spend more of that money on just other things. So yeah, next episode we're just gonna keep exploring the coast and the village, talk to Lillian, and then keep looking for Ruby. So I hope you guys had a nice time. That's gonna be it for me today. So until the next time, I had fun playing this. Hope you had fun watching it. And I'll see you in the next episode for some more Disco Elysium. À la prochaine!